Well, hello
What's
there,
going on?
Girl family. Welcome to the replay for those of you who are joining us on the replay, and welcome to the live for those of you who are joining us on the live. How are you, Sab?
I'm good. I'm good. Remember that wheel, that feelings wheel we
Yes.
talked about on the show? I'm in the yellow, so that's the in between. So if that's correct, right? But I'm good. I'm really really good. But I'm just in the yellow today. So, what about you? How are you?
Understood. I'm probably about the same place. Got a lot going on, so definitely we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
Mhm.
as always, this is the highlight of my day every
It
single
is.
time
It
that we get to hang out with our BBG family. So super excited to be here. We see you all coming in and letting us know where you're watching from. So, hey, Jackie, Yolanda, Sarah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jennifer is here. So, as you all are coming in, do a few things for us. If you will, introduce yourself in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. Go ahead and tag some of your friends or family that just need some kind of, uplifting and some BBG
Yeah.
camaraderie.
Yes.
Also, if this is your very first time hanging out with us, if you'll type first time in the comments so that we can honor you. We are coming on the heels of Brown Girl Wellness Week. So definitely may have a bunch of first timers that are joining us. So first
Yeah.
timers, definitely shout yourselves out in the comments. And then also, if you are always here hanging out with us, you are a diehard and true member of the BBG family. Type "Hey beautiful" in the comments so that we can acknowledge you as well. So again, we see you all coming in here fast and furious. We have Andrea is here, Irma's here. Anna Melda is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jamila is here from Houston. Excited to have you with us. Eugenia is here from Las Vegas. We've got Karen from Tacoma, Washington. Jackie from New Jersey. Angie is a first timer.
Hey,
And
Ashley.
yes, welcome for the first time, Angie. And Anna is a first timer as well. These are the first timer spirit fingers. In case you're like, well, what is she doing? Giving you
Spirit
spirit
fingers.
fingers and love for being here for the first time. Suzette is back with us. So happy to have you here hanging out.
Do we see him?
Let's see, another first timer, Kathy, is here from Cumming, Georgia. And Kathy, girl, we excited to have you here with
I love your
us.
spirit fingers.
I love the spirit fingers. They make me
I
happy
love your spirit
inside.
fingers.
Lori is here from Avado, Florida, first
Hey,
timer.
Lori.
See, and you got to do your
I
mouth
miss
like
your
that when
spirit
you do
fingers.
it, like so you know you're real serious. Like that's how you know. That's how you know that it really means something. So, once again, as you all are coming in, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. If this is your very first time hanging out with us, let us know that as well by typing first time in the comments. And then also, if you always hang out with us, go ahead and type "Hey beautiful" in the comments so that we can acknowledge you.
Did we say
So,
hi to Sandra? So did we get Sandra? Did I miss her?
oh, Sandra's also. Sandra is not just first timer. She's also the new organizer for the Buffalo, New York chapter.
Yay! Awesome. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the beautiful Converse community.
Sandra, so happy to have you here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, awesome, awesome. Hold on. Thank you, Sab, for Jay is here for the first time as well. Spirit fingers
I
to
love it.
you. So I love when we have all of these first timers. This is just so phenomenal. Yeah. Okay.
I love
So
it.
some of you
Yes, we love it.
Yes. So some of you may be asking yourselves, what is this that you're watching? So definitely want to welcome you to Beautiful Brown Girls TV. We are so excited to come to you through our interactive virtual conversation for our beautiful brown girl community. And this is all centered around living your very best life. Through BBG TV, we come to you on a weekly basis with virtual meetups like this one for our communities to interact and engage together, to grow together, and of course, to meet other like minded ladies. My name is Kimberland, and I'm one of your hosts today. And I'm coming to you from Central PA for the last time because I'm moving, y'all.
You out of there?
Oh my gosh. My car is packed, honey. I am rolling out in the
Yes.
AM.
You got
Okay.
your car back. I remembered the story about your car.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man, that's a whole nother thing. But I remember
Right.
the theatrics
Well,
of that
y'all got to
story.
go back and look in the archives for that story. But so yes, I am here in Central PA. This is my last time coming to y'all from Central PA. Next time, we'll see where I am at
Where
that point. But
will
so
the
excited to be here with you all.
All right. Well, on that note, I am Sab. I come to you out of Dallas. I am a B2B marketing professional, podcaster. What else? Daughter to Barbara, sister to Maria, sister to Tawanda, sister to Sybil. And I'm just excited to be here. Even in my yellowness, I'm still excited. And similar to Kimberland, and this is like the highlight of my week. So welcome, all you newbies,
Yes.
first timers.
So
we got lots to talk
definitely,
about.
as we jump into our stuff, I am going to ask you all for some grace, child, because I done upgraded this computer, and honey, it is over here doing the most. Okay, so if it's a little lag, child, with the pictures and the things, y'all
Okay.
just cut me some grace. But Sab, you want to go ahead? I know we have some announcements. So you want to go
Yeah.
ahead and tell the folks about that?
Yeah. So are we starting with the Girlfriends Getaway? So we will be announcing our 2022 Girlfriends Getaway location on September 12th. And how you can find out about that is on the live stream on Facebook for Beautiful Brown Girls. Or you can, if I'm not mistaken, you can also go to the BBG Beautiful Brown Girls members community as well. So September 12th is the day. Mark your notifications to make sure that you are in the know, because I want to know. I don't know if I know you. I know last time I said I didn't know, but it was in the community. So I'm like, I need to dive in and look into the community. But it's a separate community outside of this. It's a, what do you call it, Kimberland? It's the community free from all the algorithms where we can just talk.
Yes.
I love that. That is the most engaged community, one of the most engaged communities. Like I'm sorry, sometimes I can talk a little. You'll learn that about me first timers. Sometimes I can talk a lot. So, all right, so next we have.
So I wanted to tell them right quick because you talked about the members community. So if you all go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com, that is your place to join our VIP space. And as Sab said, this is our social network that is free from all of the algorithms and all the things trying to hold the brown girl down. This is our place where we can be our beautiful brown selves and really just connect in community and continue the types of brown conversations that happen here. So again, if you go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com, you will be able to access that community and see all of the amazing things that we have there. You get discounts on brunches, you get connected to things like book club and a lot of the virtual classes that we have. And then you get to meet up with other people that are in your area and just really build that community and camaraderie. So if you have not already taken advantage of that, you definitely want to take advantage of our members network. So thank you for that.
All right. So on the 25th, another date that we need you ladies to mark on your calendar, we are hosting a virtual makeup class on September 25th with celebrity makeup artist, brown expert, and Lamique Beauty founder, Kim Roxy. She will be teaching us how to get our makeup done, including our brows, because you sometimes when you see, I'm sorry.
Yeah, them brows be on the struggle bus, honey. I was trying to get mine together today, girl, and look, I don't be knowing what to do. So I'm a show enough have to get some kind of tips. Look, Beryl says she's still wearing Vaseline, child. Look. So if you are looking for the insight, right, like you need the like on the spot tutorial, like the things.
Yes.
September 25th. Mark your calendar. Again, you can get more information about that in our members network. But you know, a celebrity makeup artist, child, how many times we able to sit in the same space, physical or virtual, with a celeb makeup artist?
You got to
Okay.
learn from the professionals. Like I want to learn how to do better brows. I don't want those X brows. Like I mean, I don't have at least I don't think I have those X brows, but like I just want to be able to share the wealth and the knowledge with other people to be like, no, let's not do the X brows. But if you do have the X brows, that's okay. You can learn from Miss Kim Roxy, and she'll teach us all how to just have a beautiful, flawless look. So it's going to be an interactive segment where she's just going to be teaching us all the beauty tips. And Kimberland, I feel like you can add more value to this too, because you're a model. Kimberland, for those on you know, but Kimberland is a model. I don't know if you do your own makeup, Kimberland. I mean, like on your shoots.
I do, but listen, I just be doing the best I can. Okay, like it ain't no real technique or nothing for real that's going on. I done watched the YouTube tutorial here and there. Okay, but I be needing the inside, child. So I'm gonna be there because I need sis to help me get it together. Cause honey, I be out here just throwing stuff on. Okay, so. We gonna get it. So hopefully we will see y'all there for this. And again, if you get connected to the members network, you get all of the information. Members.beautifulbrowngirls.com. Okay. Whew. All right. So that's our announcements for today. And I'm kind of like dreading going into this because as many of you all know, I am from New Orleans. And it's been a night, y'all. It has been a night. So definitely sending prayers to all of our BBG members, family, everybody. I'm sitting here, I feel like the anxiety coming up as I'm talking about it. But anyway, so yesterday was the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and there was just a lot of flashbacks. I remember, and I wasn't in New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina happened. I was in Tampa, but my family lives there, right? So my whole family, and it just felt like so reminiscent, like to the day of everything that happened back with Katrina. And this time, though, it's not a water event so much, like the levees actually held, but the people that I've talked to that were at home are like, the damage is really, really bad. And that's in Orleans Parish. But then outside of Orleans Parish, in places like St. Bernard Parish or in St. John's Parish, like some of the neighboring parishes, they did experience a lot of flooding. So if you all have any family members or anything like that that are there, cell towers are down. They say the only cell service that's working is Verizon. So the city is projected to be without power for at least 2 to 3 weeks in New Orleans, but in those surrounding areas that have flooding, Yolanda said, like in Homa, they have really bad flooding there as well. So they're projecting about 6 weeks before the power is back on. So it's a lot, y'all. Like I really, I wasn't able to stay connected today because I was moving and I was trying to like focus, because every time I sit down and think about it, I just feel like all the emotions coming up. So it's a lot.
Dare I say that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, because we read the reports that initially it was supposed to be a Category 4. And then sending love and light to our friend of the show, October. I've been watching October Yeah, October. I know her, Ambrose, I think her name is, but I've been watching her videos and she's been showing how it has been looking in her neighborhood, but now it has since been downgraded to a tropical storm. So it's still there. It's still raining a lot, but it's just not a Category 4 hurricane that they initially projected, which is...
Well, at first they said it did land as a Category 4. It was almost a Category 5. So it was like 7 miles per hour away from Category 5. So this particular storm is one of the top 3 strongest storms that have ever hit.
Okay.
So I'm glad like the other 7 miles per hour didn't come about, but yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So definitely for those of you, when these types of natural disasters and things happen, a lot of times people want to be able to donate and help and all of that. Right now, we don't really know because there is so much devastation. So it's hard to find out what is needed. There are people that are on the ground, like serving meals and things of that nature. But again, without power, we're talking New Orleans. It's hot, it's humid. So, people are trying to get out now. And then in some of those areas with the flooding, the water is still rising. So we will, as always, keep you all posted about how you can help once we know that they're reputable organizations and things of that nature. But y'all just really, pray for the people across Louisiana. And as Sab said, the storm started slowing down, so it started dumping even more rain. And now it's heading up like towards Tennessee, and it'll kind of curve, but as a tropical storm. But remember, I don't know if you all remember Tennessee, they just had a lot of flooding a few weeks ago. So they were still kind of repairing from that. So it's a lot. It's just a lot that's going on. So we, would be remiss to not mention it, especially as I sit here and put on a good face, as I am absolutely concerned for my family. So thank you all for all the prayers and the well wishes. I appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Just sending healing energy and just definitely a lot of prayers. And I don't literally just take that moment and just really pray. Like oftentimes when we say you send prayers, people just sometimes just say that they're going to send a prayer, but literally just please take that moment and just, if that is your ministry, just please take a moment and just say a silent prayer for those people in Louisiana, because like Kimberland mentioned, it is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a lot. So we also wanted to give you all an update. We talked about the earthquake in Haiti on the last show. And again, we never want to give out any organization if we haven't done our due diligence in checking. So we found Hope for Haiti is a reputable organization, and they are helping with wound care and clean water for residents. So definitely, if you are looking for a place to donate as they continue to work through their disaster of the earthquake, Hope for Haiti is one of the organizations that's on the ground, and the donations are actually going to the people.
Okay, good. So is that the only one we're sharing, the Hope for Haiti? Because we had a few.
I know there are a few more that were there, and I can look those up in just
I have them.
You have them. Okay. Would you mind mentioning them?
No, not at all. So one of them was called Locally Haiti, and they are providing medical support on the ground. Another organization is called World Central Kitchen, and they are transporting hot meals for residents. Another one that I found was Focal Haiti Relief, spelled F as in Frank, OKAL, Haiti Relief. And they are gathering funds for small farmers and associations, grassroots women organizations, and small local ethical enterprises on the ground in Haiti. And then another one is Convoy, CONVOY of Hope. So those are a few that we found. But those are a few that we found that we thought would be of value and are some good resources. And so like Kimberland said, yes, we did do our due diligence on the organizations that we share on this platform.
Mm-hmm. So those are there. And again, like Sab said, I appreciate you saying that, Sab. Like when you think of Haiti or you see something come across, and when you think of people in Louisiana, like just stop that moment. And even if you're just like, Lord, give them strength, give them peace, like just in that moment, because all of those prayers are needed as folks are trying to get their lives back together. So definitely wanted to make sure we updated that regarding Haiti, because we know that we have quite a few folks in our community that are also connected to Haiti. So,
yeah. All right. So can we just, let's take a moment.
I know, right?
Breathe, and then let's flip the switch a little bit and have a little fun. Just a little bit of fun. I mean, this show is all about fun, so we don't want to be so morose but we do have to share the important stuff. It would be negligent of us not to share those things, but let's have a little fun. So you have all these movies coming out, and oftentimes we come on here, we'll give you the synopsis, we'll give you the rundown, but we want to know, like, would you go? So it's a segment that we're going to call Pass or Press Play. Did I get that right? Pass or Press Play. So you're either going to pass it with a thumbs down, or you're going to either press play on what we talk about with the thumbs up. So we're going to have a little fun here. All right, and be honest.
You have your emojis, like if your emojis won't show or whatever, you can just type pass or it's still top.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, so Black girl animation, Ada Twist, scientist coming to Netflix next month. It's a Black girl scientist who aspires to discover the truth about everything. Ada Twist is coming to Netflix. The creator of Dr. McStuffins, or Doc McStuffins, why do I say Dr. McStuffins, brings us the adventurous show that follows an 8-year-old Ada Twist as she solves mysteries with her best friends, Rosie Revere and Iggy Peck. So is this pass or press play? Kimberland?
I'm playing.
While I love the babies, I'm not watching this. I think it's cute. I have yet to watch a Doc McStuffins, but
my God,
I don't watch stuff like this. But I think it's cute. I'm not gonna watch it, so I'm gonna pass.
I am two thumbs up. I am here for the Black girl scientist. And I am a dork where I watch stuff like this, even though I don't have kids.
Yeah, I can't think of the last type of kiddie movie that I've watched. I would still, this one is a no.
I'm gonna give it at least an episode.
Okay.
But okay. All right.
So the next one is High on the Hog has been renewed for season 2. So High on the Hog, the African-American cuisine transformed America, the critically acclaimed series that celebrates the courage, artistry, and resourcefulness of African-Americans that helped define the American kitchen. Are we going to pass or are we going to play? Kimberland? I love the anticipation. Okay.
I'm playing. What about you?
Okay, so I'm still, because when this came out last season, like the host got a lot of flack for some stuff that he was saying on Instagram and Twitter about his I don't even want to call it out. It sort of don't matter, but he has a white wife.
Stuff. Okay.
And he was popping off out of the neck. So I'm still going to press play, but I I'm going to press play because I love what it's
Okay.
about. I love learning about the African-American cuisine and the culture, and just think we get to travel around the world on Netflix through this show. So I'm going to.
Our community is split. We really have some like folks on both sides of it. I did watch season 1 and I liked it a lot. So
Oh, you remember the city on the river? Season 1? That was amazing. And you learn something new every day, all the time. All right. So the next one, Oprah Winfrey and Lionsgate are partnering to adapt Nicole Hannah-Jones. Remember Nicole Hannah-Jones from the 1619 Project? A film for television. So Nicole Hannah-Jones spearheaded the 1619 Project for the New York Times in an effort to commemorate the 400th anniversary of the arrival of the first enslaved African Americans. The expose took a deep look into the impact of slavery and how it manifested into every facet of society. So are we passing or are we playing Kimberland?
Two thumbs up. I'm here for all things to talk about Black empowerment.
Yeah, I agree with you. I loved the podcast. I loved how she said deuces to, was it UNC Chapelville, I believe? So yeah, I'm all for it. If you haven't listened to the podcast, the 1619 podcast, please do so. It's just really riveting to listen to, really deep to listen to. So thumbs down, Trish. Oh God, thumbs down, Kanisha. Yeah. I mean, we're asking, but I'm just,
yeah, it's quite a few people that are saying
no. Okay. All right. So the next one is Home Sweet Home. Ava DuVernay's first unscripted series gets an NBC premiere date. So NBC is set for a fall premiere of Ava DuVernay with her Array Films production and Warner's Horizon Unscripted Television. So it's described as a family social experiment, and this will premiere on October 15th. Are we passing or are we playing with Ava?
You go first.
No. I need more. I need a better, and maybe this was my fault. I didn't do a better synopsis of it, but I love her documentaries. I don't know about the scripted series just yet. I don't know if we've ever had a scripted series from Ava or if I've ever watched it. Correct me if I'm wrong, community, but I'm going to pass on this one. What about you, Kimberland?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ava. Just so you know, we hurt you. All right. So the next one, Colin Kaepernick. I'm not sorry, it's Kaepernick. And Ava,
like that?
Is it Kaepernick or It's Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
I just decided to say Kaepernick. So another Ava. So Ava DuVernay is partnering with someone else on Colin's Black and White to premiere on Netflix on October 29th. The series will focus on the former San Francisco 49er quarterback in his formative high school years, which will give meaningful insight into the acts and experiences that led to him becoming the activist that he is today. He was a Packers fan when he was younger.
Who fan?
A Green Bay Packers fan, like Aaron Rodgers.
I did not.
Was a San Francisco 49er. Irrelevant. Anyway, so are we passing or are we playing on Colin and Ava DuVernay's Black and White? Okay, I'll go first. God, this is so hard. I'll give it a watch. Kimberland? Oh, Jamila said no.
I'm here because I'm nosy. Right. So yeah.
Yes. Wait. Yes or no?
I'm here. I'm here.
Just kidding. She's like, here. Like all right.
Never said, was he black before he got kicked out the NFL? I don't
Ooh.
recall. Um, I don't really recall. Like, I really wasn't watching him that closely.
Yeah, same here.
So I don't know. But
Was he
I'm
black?
nosy. So I'm gonna watch it because I'm nosy.
That's funny,
But
Irma.
not necessarily that I'm like super, super intrigued.
Okay, that's fair. All right, a few more. So the next is Netflix. Dang on, Netflix is on a roll, ladies. So Netflix, no, not that one, but we'll go to that one. Okay, so Nicole Ari Parker is set to replace Kim Cattrall on HBO Max's Sex in the City. She is replacing, yeah, Kim Cattrall is that, I forgot her character's name. Was it Samantha? I think was her name. So yeah, Nicole Ari Parker has been added to the upcoming Sex in the City reboot to fill the absence of Kim Cattrall's Samantha Jones's character. Samantha Jones was the woman that had a lot of the sex, a lot. So, but that won't be Nicole Ari's Parker. She's not like emulating what Kim Cattrall's character will be from what I read. But are we going to pass or play on this reboot? You don't like Sarah Jessica Parker, Nicole, whatever her name is, Sarah Jessica Nicole Parker? Is it Sarah Jessica Nicole?
It's Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
Like if there's nothing else to watch, maybe. But Maisha said, "Why they gotta make the black woman the hoe?"
I don't think she's going to be the what's another word?
I don't know.
What's another word? I don't think she's going to be the pass. I don't know another word for her. I don't think she's going to be the hoe. I don't think Nicole would put herself in a role like that. I don't think she would. But I'm going to pass.
Holly said tramp.
Huh? Thank you. I needed a better word. Thank you.
Lakia said harlot.
Harlot? The token? Thank you.
Y'all funny. It's a no for me. I'm good.
It's a no. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on the same page with you. It's a no for me. I watched the movie, but not the series.
Yeah, right.
All right, and then finally, if we have this one, okay, I'm gonna try. Netflix is set to premiere. It's already out. Came out on November 25th. Really Love, starring Queen Sugar's Kofi Siriboe. Did I pronounce it correctly? And the cast also includes Uzo Aduba, Mac Wiles, Naturi Naughton, Suzanne Douglas, Blair Underwood, Michael Ealy. So the story follows the life of the starving artist Siriboe in gentrifying Washington, D.C., who is struggling to find his place in the prestigious art world when a young law student, Wong Loi Singh, his love interest, is unexpectedly comes into his life. He must choose between a whirlwind romance and his budding career as a successful painter. Are we going to pass or are we going to play? Kimberland, I'm going to let you go first.
I'm playing. I have heard, I haven't had a chance to watch it. Erica says she already watched it. I haven't, somebody else just said they watched it too. Oh, Trish. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I heard people comparing it to the new Love Jones. Which Love Jones, like, whoo,
don't come from a Love Jones.
That's a high bar. Okay.
Really?
So this again is me being nosy. I want to see, what it's talking about or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna play it because I want to see if it lives up to it. Okay.
I am going to pass, and the reason that I'm going to pass, and I'm not saying it's a thumbs down. I saw it this weekend, and I saw it a couple times, and I still passed.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I went and watched my Grey's Anatomy reruns. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in that mood for love right now. I'm having
boy.
some men problems. Not men problems, but maybe that's why I'm not feeling lovey-dovey right now. I'm not
Oh,
having men problems. I'm
wow.
not having men
Well,
problems.
it's not just you though. A lot of folks here are saying they didn't really feel it. It wasn't Love Jones. It was just okay. So
Eh,
okay.
I mean, I love Kofi. I love him. I think he plays a beautiful character on Queen Sugar. I love his love for Ida. What is her name? This is the woman that he's in Queen Sugar. I forgot.
Girl, I don't know. You get to asking all these random
I'm asking
questions.
rhetorically, maybe, and then I'm asking our co-hosts.
Anyway, you love him in Queen Sugar, but this
Yes,
was
I
not a go,
do.
is what I hear you say.
Love him. I do. Ooh, and we loved him in Girls Trip. He did the orange. Did he do the orange? The
He was in
grapefruit?
Girls Trip?
He was in Girls Trip. He was he slept with one of the
With
Jada
Jada?
Pinkett's
That
character.
wasn't him. I ain't think.
That
I don't
was
know.
him. That
Okay.
was him, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
She said his butt. Yeah, Girls Trip. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah, he slept with Jada's character. I forget Jada's character's name, but all right. So as we move forward, dang, we're moving along briskly here. We're on good on time. All right. So top news that beautiful brown girls should know about. And Kimberland, feel free to insert yourself at any point because I'm like, okay. California Governor Gavin Newsom is facing a recall election on September 14th. We know a lot of our community, not a lot, but we know we have some community members that are probably in California. We do have a BBG chapter in California, chapters in California. Mm-hmm. So from what I researched, it says grassroots conservatives launched a recall against Newsom just before the pandemic hit in the United States really hard. The grievances were numerous and ballooned further over Newsom's coronavirus restrictions. The recall mostly circulated in conservative circles. And then as he was publicly harping on public safety measures last fall, Newsom was caught having dinner without a mask in a restaurant. Are you supposed to eat with your mask on in the restaurant? I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying, like, y'all, conservatives are like, I don't know. But we bring this up because we often talk about voting. When we vote is one of our initiatives, if I am not mistaken, with Michelle Obama. And Christina's a huge proponent. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. So we are huge proponents of voting, and we just feel like this may be governor. I don't know. Oh, we mentioned him because he has a conservative gubernatorial, did I pronounce that correctly? Gubernatorial candidate running against him. And his name is Larry Elder. Mm-hmm. And he's a Republican. And he defended an employer's right to ask people about whether or not, ask women, not people, excuse me, people, whether or not they plan on getting pregnant. He defended an employer's right to ask a person whether or not they plan on getting pregnant.
Right, which is shady as all get out.
So
it's like his guy, he got this black face. However, he is not all skinfolk ain't kinfolk, right?
Exactly.
So that's something super important to remember. But that's one of the people that's running against
Newsom.
Against Gavin Newsom. So Elise said that is illegal. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, but apparently oh boy doesn't feel like it should be. So just really those of you who are in California, the election is on September 14th. Mm-hmm. Making sure that you are being intentional and planning to vote accordingly. Mm-hmm. So that your voice can be heard. If you all vote to remove Gavin Newsom, it will pretty much go into effect pretty quickly. He'll be gone by October. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. There was also some controversy, we didn't mention this, when Kamala Harris had to be replaced, her Senate seat. and folks weren't happy with his choice.
Yeah.
So it's a lot going on. So Adriana said mail-in ballots were mailed out to everyone. So we are big proponents of mail-in ballots here, and all of the different ways that we're able to get our vote in. So definitely pay attention. Make sure that you are voting accordingly. Jennifer said he wants to repeal the vaccine and mask mandates. Her family in California is terrified. So there's a lot on the line here. So definitely those of you who are in Cali or know people that are in Cali, yeah, it's time to vote and see what happens.
Yeah. All right. So this next story, sorry, just got to brace for this next story because this is one after my own heart. As you all know, I am a wine enthusiast. I literally drink on this show, maybe every other show, probably every show. But I want to talk about these Black women featured in this magazine. There's this magazine that I read called Wine Enthusiast, and they come out with this every August. They come out with their 40 under 40, and it's people who are in the industry who are under 40, who are doing amazing things in the wine and spirits industry. And ever since 2018, the 40 under 40 list has gotten blacker and blacker and blacker, right? They've had Black women on the cover. I believe we talked about it on here. They had a Black man on the cover. But what I wanted to bring to light was these 8 beautiful, dope, dynamic Black women. This is the most Black women that I have ever seen in this 40 under 40. This is a big deal for these women because they're like yesterday's price is in today's price type energy for these Black women who are featured in this magazine. So we got Shikari Jones with Black Girls Dying Too. We got Isis Daniel, Lydia Richards, Simone Mitchelson, Kelly Mitchell, Lauren Paler, Taquette Bromlett, like Isis Daniel. I just wanted to highlight these Black women because you know that I am a true wine enthusiast, but also because this magazine is just, I'm just so proud to see these ladies.
Yeah, that's dope. You know, we all about highlighting brown girls. Mm-hmm. So to have 8 of them, that's phenomenal. Yeah.
That's
absolutely. That's what's up. That's dope. Might make me do a little extra wine drink for the sisters.
They make drinking wines look so awesome. And so just proud. Wanted to bring that up to you ladies. So go to wineenthusiast.com, see the 40 under 40, say what's up to the ladies, go to their Instagrams, just give them a thumbs up. Hey girl, hey. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that. All right, so next, Jeopardy. Do you watch Jeopardy, Kimberland?
I used to when I watched regular TV. Mm-hmm. I used to watch Jeopardy all the time. I haven't watched it lately. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it comes on every single day. So it comes on, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. I can't say that I watched it on purpose. Jeopardy is on, let me watch. So maybe I was watching the news and it came on after that. So then I would keep it on to see how many things I knew. I'm one of those geeky people like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're bringing up Jeopardy because remember, I don't know if we talked about the previous host, but anyway, the new host, grand opening, grand closing, steps down amid controversy. And they're going to revert back to doing guest hosts again. So Mike Richards had stepped down as the host amid unraveling saga surrounding comments that he had made on some podcasts that he was on. And talks have been constant surrounding who will succeed Alex Trebek, who passed away from pancreatic cancer back in 2020. And we've learned, the internet has learned recently. I knew about this. I remember this. We learned that Alex Trebek had nominated a Black woman. Her name was Laura Coates. Mm-hmm. She's an attorney and legal analyst from CNN to replace him on Jeopardy. I remember seeing that video back when he was ill. And yeah, this is, she was never even,
nobody was even talking to them.
Yeah. And same with LeVar Burton. Stories came out that they weren't even seriously considering him. Everyone thought the fan favorite LeVar Burton was the one that was the fan favorite. He would ultimately get the prime
There
spot.
was a petition with like hundreds of thousands of signatures.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did not
But they said he wasn't even considered. So I'm hoping now that oh boy, that because the guy that was the host that had stepped down, he was the executive producer and like appointed himself to be host, right? So I'm hoping that they really honor Alex Trebek, hello, like honor what he said he wanted, and at least put a Black person in there. If it's not Laura Coates, or if Laura Coates and LeVar Burton, maybe they could share that time. But it's interesting. As Aisha said, there's some huge shoes to fill from Alex Trebek. So we'll keep watching and see what happens. But that was interesting that so quickly homeboy wound up having to step down right quick.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said? I don't remember exactly what he said, but I don't remember verbatim, but I do remember listening to it. And I was just like, oh, whatever. I didn't watch it anyway, so I didn't have any skin in the game. But did you hear it?
No.
Yeah. Moving on.
So this past week, we alluded to the fact that we had Brown Girl Wellness Week. So how many of you all were on? It was Tuesday when was it Tuesday? Or Wednesday? Tuesday, yes. When we spoke with Unetta Smith, and she did our session on work boundaries. If you were there, shout yourself out in the comments. What I can say is that this session was like life changing, like in real life. It was like just mind blowing, right? So we wanted to, so quite a few of y'all were there. Yeah. Awesome. So we wanted to kind of bring this back and, refresh our memories about what she was talking about, but also to use this as context for how we're going to like deal with some of the remaining topics that we have left to discuss today. So the folks were like, I was there, it was good, it was good. It was so good. If you missed it by any chance, you can see the replay in the members network. Should have gone up today, so you can catch that replay and all of the other sessions that we had during Wellness Week. So again, members.beautifulbrowngirls.com. That's our members network, and that's where you can catch that replay. Okay, so gonna kind of give just a crash course drive-by of what this trauma cascade was about, and I'll bring it up here just so you all can see it full screen. So basically, what Unetta said is that we are always looking to get to the place of recovery in everything that we do. So when we think about, many of us are familiar with fight, flight, or freeze. So when we are trying to set boundaries, the first thing that we ask ourselves is it safe for me to set this boundary? And then you go with yes, it feels safe. And then you set the boundary. If it doesn't feel safe, then you go into that fight mode. Can I fight and when? Right? So then if it feels safe, you fight. And then you go into recovery mode. If you don't feel like you can fight, then you go into flight. So can I run away from setting this boundary? If you can, then you flight, you go into recovery. If you can't, then you go into freeze mode, right? So then when you're in freeze mode, it's like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to hope this all goes away. Maybe if I just kind of pretend I'm invisible, then it'll feel invisible too. Once you freeze, if it goes away, you go into recovery. If it doesn't, then you go into a stage called flop. And flop is basically, will you play dead or act like you're inadequate so that they won't ask you to do anything else? If you do that, again, are you safe? You go into recovery. If not, then you go into friend mode. And friend is where you try to stop it from happening by just giving in, acquiescing, becoming friends with the person. Okay. So having said all of that, one of the questions that we're wondering is, where do you find yourself when you have a trauma response, right? Because many of us saw ourselves, as Unetta was talking, we saw ourselves in this cycle of this trauma response, right? So are you a fight, flight, freeze, flop, friend? Like, where are you when you encounter trauma? So what do you think, Sab? Where are you when there's some type of trigger? Are you a fight, flight, freeze, flop, or friend?
I'm both. I can fight, but I can also flight. Fighting meaning fighting in terms of like, am I trying to defend myself, or am I trying to save something? Am I trying to preserve that trauma-filled relationship? If that's because I wasn't there, and I apologize for not being there. Flight, I just like, I'm too old to like to go back and forth and just argue. I can. I have, but I'm learning that I don't need to. So I'm between both. What about you?
I definitely am a fighter. So especially like when I don't feel heard, or there's some type of advocating that I feel like I need to do for myself, like I definitely go into this fight mode. Lately, though, I've been recognizing that I jump to the freeze really quickly. So I've discovered that when my mind gets overwhelmed, I get really paralyzed and I can't do much of anything. So, like for instance, when I was talking earlier, like I had to intentionally not watch the news, because if I watched the news, I wouldn't be able to pack and like do the things that I needed to do. So I feel like would you say?
I'm looking at some of these. Someone said flop like an NBA player.
Yeah. But and yeah, someone said it depends on the situation. Absolutely. But I'm becoming more aware of this process. And one thing that Unetta brought up is that this all can happen like within a matter of seconds, right? So it's not like you're like, I think I might fight now. That didn't work out. Maybe I'll flight. Maybe, like, that's not how it works. Like your brain is immediately just like fight, flight, freeze. Like you just go through the whole thing, through the whole cycle. So recognizing that is really important for us to give ourselves grace in how we deal with triggering and traumatic situations, because otherwise we become very hard on ourselves about our trauma responses. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. And like I said, this is gonna continue going on throughout the remainder of the topics that we're gonna talk about, because we do have a question for you all a little bit later. So pin that, okay, in your mind. And then we also want to say that we want to give a trigger warning for our next topic. We are not going to stay on this topic very long. We are going to give you the update and then we are going to move on. We would be remiss if we did not give the update, but this can be very triggering. So we want to make sure we put that out there that it's going to be brief. Okay. So, having said that, we have an update about oh, wait, let me go here first. So we have an update about this trial that has been going on. If you all have been paying attention to what's been happening, some new information that has come out about Mr. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah. And there's been some new testimony about the circumstances that surrounded their marriage and things of that nature. So the trial is still continuing. As far as I know, we're unsure of any type of verdict or anything like that yet, but we did want to say, if this is something that is important for you to follow, that this is happening as we speak. Okay, so that's that. So then back to this situation. So you want to talk to the people a little bit about this, Sab?
So Shikari Richardson, so she raced in the Fontaine Classic about a week or two ago, and she unfortunately came in dead last. Amid, I believe the top winners were all of the women from Jamaica. Mm-hmm. I'm not from Jamaica, but shout out to anyone who is from Jamaica. And she came in dead last, and she's still, her after track interview, she still was really confident, which is what we want, right? However, she's starting to build a lot of lose a lot of her goodwill with the Black community, specifically the African Black community. And so Allison Felix, we talked about her on the show. I believe we gave her Brown Girl Spotlight because she is the most decorated track Olympian. So she was on a show with Jimmy Kimmel. She had her appearance on Jimmy Kimmel where Stephen A. Smith was the host, and she was asked about Shikari. And she said, quote, "I know that she's obviously been through so much, and I hope that she's just supported. I hope people really rally around her. Obviously, she has a great personality, and she's brought a lot of attention to the sport. And I think she'll be in the sport for a very long time." Cool, right? Very encouraging, nice, no shade, no nothing. It's just very encouraging coming from an OG in the game, right? Richardson gets on her Instagram and she responds, I believe in Instagram, just a caption basically saying, "Encouraging words on TV shows are just as real as, well, nothing at all." And at that moment, when keeping it real goes wrong, all of her goodwill dissipated, I think, from the community. For me, at least it did. Because we were rooting for you, Shikari, sort of, kind of, maybe not. I don't know. But she is in a downward spiral, you guys. In Sab's opinion, this is, Sab's opinion. She's in a downward spiral. She doesn't have the right people around her. And we keep giving this excuse of, and I know I was one of the people that said it, that she's young. She's 21. She still, what did I say? Her frontal lobe.
Her frontal lobe. So your prefrontal cortex is your decision-making center of your brain, and it's not fully developed until the age of 25. So Shikari is not yet 25 years old, right? So her decision-making center, the part of her brain that controls impulses, all of that has not yet matured. Yeah.
I mean, she's liking tweets that are disparaging against the women of Jamaica. Like, this is like, you are in the spotlight right now. So people are seeing everything that you do, and you're laughing, and not laughing, but you're giving all these you're liking these disparaging tweets against the women in Jamaica. And then I heard something, let me not bring it up because I don't know the entire full story, but from what I heard, a hotel in Jamaica invited her to come stay and come get some relaxation or something. And I think she said, "Been there, done that, I'm good." Like, lady.
So the question that we have is trauma an excuse for bad behavior, right? So like we just mentioned, we know that Shikari has incurred a lot of trauma. She lost her mom. She found out about that through an interview, which led to her getting disqualified from the Olympics, right? So it's been a lot of traumas. So the question is, and sorry, before the question, and her frontal lobe is not fully developed at 25. She's 21,
Mhm.
so that hasn't kicked in yet. So is trauma an excuse for bad behavior? Like, what do you all think about that?
Oh, I'm gonna lean towards the community on this one. I feel like I did enough talking on this one. I don't
All
want to say
right.
nothing,
So
but I'm over her.
let's see what the community has to say. So Adriana said bad behavior is an expression of trauma. Karen said never. We all have to be held accountable for what we say. Elise said I tend to sympathize with traumatized folks when traumatized folks lash out because I've seen the pain. But at what point do we say, okay, this is enough and you need to make some changes?
Mhm.
Aisha said, I can't keep using her age as an excuse. There are child stars, athletes, performers, etc., who behave better. Beryl said, thank God I didn't have social media when I was 21.
Yes, same here. I was
Maisha said, life will teach her and her frontal lobe. Hope she survives the train wreck. Jamila said, not an excuse for being disrespectful. Vanessa said, no, being young is no excuse. Lakia said, not an excuse. Seek help and unbridle the tongue during a therapy session. Beryl says Shikari doesn't have the skill set to act accordingly. So
yeah.
this is my thing. No, trauma is never an excuse for bad behavior. However, trauma manifests bad behavior, right? So again, depending on, we were just looking at that trauma cascade, right? Depending on where she is in that cycle, you might see a lot of lashing out because the person doesn't necessarily have the skill set, the words, the capability to be able to express themselves appropriately, nor might they have the team around them to be able to help them process the things. Having said all of that, where her people at? Like, where her people at? Her coaches, her teammates, like, where are the
Mhm.
people that her grandma, like, who does she listen to? Because somebody needs to get her some therapy. Somebody needs to take her freaking social media. Like, and we had talked about like some of the problematic things that she was saying on social media before.
Yeah, we
It's
did.
only getting worse. Like, she's got somebody needs to talk to sis because sis, as Irma said, is on a downward spiral. Like,
She is.
she is out of control right now. And thankfully, when we, were her age and going through whatever we were going through, there wasn't like this public spotlight on us. But ma'am,
Yeah, she's at a space of no one can tell her anything. You're right. She needs her tribe, her community around
yeah,
her. Like she's
it's a
in that.
lot.
Nobody can tell her
It's a lot.
anything at this point. And yeah, she needs to sat down. But she's not
Yeah,
gonna sat down unless she gets people around her.
yeah.
Like what happened to that grandmother that she hugged when she went
That's what
away?
I'm saying. Like, somebody needs to pull her coattail and be like, sis, that's enough. Like, because she's messing herself up. Like, she has, and if she'll just be quiet for a little bit, this will die down. Like, people will, the news cycle will move on. Like, she could go ahead, she get her PR, she could reemerge, like
Mhm.
all of that. But she continues to like do stuff. It's a lot. I need sis. Whoever sis people is, I need them to help her get it together. Okay,
Agree.
because it's too much.
Wise agree. All right. So next on the docket, do we have COVID-19 updates? Yeah.
We do have a couple.
Okay. So we'll start with how Pfizer's COVID vaccine gets full approval from the FDA. I believe a lot of people were just kind of waiting on that. Yeah, a lot of people were
Mhm.
waiting on that. So the Food and Drug Administration has formally approved Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. The widely anticipated decision replaces the emergency use authorization granted by the agency last December. So for those of you who were on the fence about uh, getting the vaccine until it got FDA approved. Now here it is. So it's just something for you to still mull over and ideate over if you are still one of the people who have not gotten vaccinated. So we wanted to put that
Mhm.
out there. when I saw that, I got the notifications on my phone. So next is Reverend Jesse Jackson. Let's send our healing energy and prayers to Reverend Jesse Jackson and his wife, Jacqueline. They are both been hospitalized for COVID. I believe Reverend Jesse Jackson is currently in not therapy, but what is that called after therapy? Well, he's not in the ICU anymore, but his wife is currently in the ICU. But yeah, they are both essentially battling COVID-19. And let's just please heal or send our healing energy for this famed civil rights leader, just because they are on the older side, and we still need him here. You're not done yet, Mr. Jackson. So, however, I'll make note, was vaccinated against the virus and received his first dose on January in a publicized event. So that we know that you can still get COVID, but it won't be as severe as dying. But we just have to send our, yes, rehab, Jamila. Thank you. Yeah, he's currently in, Reverend Jesse Jackson is currently in rehab, but his wife isn't still in ICU right now.
Got it. So first to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next topic is everything. So Saisha Mercado, is that her name? Kimberland?
Yes.
Okay. So she is the former American Idol season 7 finalist. And she made news a couple weeks ago because her and her partner they initially were fighting to regain custody of their 18-month-old son and their newborn daughter after Florida authorities had took their children from them and then put them in foster care. And Mercado, and her partner, Tyron Denier, they had become a trending topic on social media after revealing that their 18-month-old son had been taken away from them from Child Protective Services, and then sharing over the previous weekend that their newborn daughter had been taken from them. But I did see a news source today that said that the family, they're all back together again. And I wasn't fully aware of why they were taken. And I don't, to my knowledge.
I can add some to that. So the 18-month-old son, Ra, Saisha was breastfeeding him while she was pregnant. So what happened is her breast milk was kind of drying up. So he wasn't getting as much nourishment. So she took him to the hospital to try to get him some fluids because he wasn't getting as much from the breast milk. And the hospital wound up taking him. The doctor that called Child Protective Services has a history of doing this with families. So he wound up being taken from their custody and placed into foster care, right? They didn't look for any family members or anything like that, just put him in foster care. So then Saisha has the baby, and they had taken the baby to the doctor for its checkup, or whatever. And someone from social services had come by the house to do a welfare check. Saisha and her partner told the social services person, you need to contact our attorney, right? Because they're in the middle of this whole thing with trying to get their other baby back. They wound up basically putting out an APB for them, for lack of a better way to put it, pulled them over on the road. Saisha was actually in the middle of breastfeeding her newborn baby, and they took the newborn baby as well, saying that that they didn't allow them to do a welfare check. So whenever a family has one child who's in protective services or in state custody and a new baby enters, then they're supposed to allow them to do a welfare check. And they're like, we told you to call our attorney. We have all the paperwork. We have all the things. Like, call our attorney to get that. Like, basically stop talking to us. So I watched the video where they took the newborn baby, and you talk about traumatizing. Like, it was so devastating to watch them take her baby, and they're trying to, like, they're respectful and like talking, to the authorities and everything, and they took the baby. So I am elated to hear that the family has been reunited. However, now my question is about all of this trauma that has occurred, because research tells us that early childhood trauma lasts throughout life, even when it's in those, especially when it's in those early years of life. So now their family has incurred trauma, they as parents have incurred trauma, and now these babies have incurred trauma. So it's like, it's called legalized kidnapping is what they do, and it happens to a lot of Black and brown families. So this story is, it's a lot, but so excited to hear that they have the babies back, but it had to take all of this.
Yeah. Can you do kids as young as that go to therapy?
So not like newborn age, but once they're able to speak, they can do like play therapy and stuff like that, to kind of talk about things, and that's how they get them, or they draw pictures and talk about what they're drawing. But you know, like talk therapy won't be for a while, but hopefully the family can get some help. But I would assume like they don't know who to trust. Like at this point, it's like you take your kid to the doctor, to the hospital, because you think that you're doing the right thing. That's what they're there for. And then the system winds up getting involved. Like it's trash. It's just, it's all out trash. So yeah. Oh, see, Sandra said it happened to me, right? So it happened, like this is something that happens to Black and brown families a lot. So
I'm so sorry to hear that, Sandra.
So keep, you know, your eyes on this. It was kind of flying on the radar for quite a while, and now it's gotten a lot of attention, but definitely keep your eyes out about what's happening with this situation with Aisha.
All right. So next, in more trash news, a Florida judge has ordered a white man to watch the Netflix documentary 13th after he aggressively questioned a Black teen last summer. So in January 2020, Luis Orlando Santos Santiago spotted a Black teen riding his bike as he was leaving his home. And sound familiar? Heading to work, the Tampa Bay Times reported. He then parked his vehicle next to the teen, started video recording the interaction, and interrogated him about whether or not he lived in the neighborhood to which the teen pointed to his residence. I'm livid that the teen even felt inclined to point to his residence and engaged him. But so
I appreciate though this judge ordering. This was actually in Tampa, and this judge ordered. She's a new judge to that seat. Of her ordering him to watch 13th. I don't know though what difference it's gonna make, but I feel like I know that her name is Judge Gowdy. She is more socially conscious than other judges, so I appreciate what she's trying to do here. I just don't know if it's going to make a difference, right? Because I'm sorry.
What's her persuasion? I know that's not the right word.
She's white.
Okay.
Yeah, she's white. But you know, someone who is committed to racist thoughts and white inferiority complex, they don't necessarily like come around just because they watch something on TV. But I do appreciate her thinking about a different type of what is that? I was gonna say punishment. I don't know what it's called, but that wasn't it. Like it wasn't just watch 13th. There was also I believe probation, a fine, and something else. But having this as a part of, yeah, there was some community service as well, Karen. So there was some other consequence. Thank you, Aisha. I'm like, what's the word? But yeah, so there were some other consequences that were there as well. But I thought this was interesting to have her do this type of verdict or.
All right. So I don't want to call this. This is positive news, but then it goes into questionable news. Never mind. Anyway, so Old Navy, if you still shop there, won't keep women's plus size clothing in a separate section anymore. Old Navy will end its practice of separate plus size sections for women clothing in the stores and online, beginning offering all of its apparel in sizes 0 through 30 in one section instead of separating them. If you notice, sometimes when you go into stores, they have the plus sizes separating them. I never thought that anyway. I never understood that when I used to go to the stores. But anyway, but yes, they're separating them. How do we feel about that? Yeah, I think I already shared mine.
So as a plus size woman, which mind you, plus size is like size 12 and up. Okay. But as someone who fits this mold, I appreciate it. I thought Beryl said she would rather have it separated. I thought, I was like, well, it's kind of easier to find, but I'm kind of over the stigmas and things that happen with plus size women. So I feel like it should all be together, like clothes are clothes, right? And these are all the sizes that are available. So I appreciate that. But speaking of stigmas and things that plus size women have to go through, Lizzo has been in the news lately. She just dropped a new song, Rumors, with Cardi B. And it's like number 4 on the Billboard charts and all of that. But Lizzo wound up, after dropping the video, wound up going on Instagram in a now deleted video and crying about the way that people were reacting and responding to her. So people were saying things to her, everything but about the song. And she was just basically talking about how much it hurt and it's racist and it's fatphobic and things of that nature. So there are a lot of opinions like about what was happening here with Lizzo. And Sab, I'm gonna let you weigh in because I know you have a lot to say. So go ahead.
Not a whole bunch, but I'm not a fan of Lizzo, but I thought the video was really whiny. And yes, as a celebrity, I think you have to learn how to accept the good with the bad. I do, like, but because a lot of people aren't going to like you and a lot of people are going to love you. And I think that she's expecting a lot of people just to love her. But then I'm also like, you don't like this attention, but she's not loud, but we picked this picture to show you specifically the attention that you're trying to. Is it pay attention to me, or is it just stop being mean to me? Like, stop being mean to me, but pay attention to me. Like you're at a basketball game showing your ASS, and then her IG. I was following her on IG at one point, but I literally got tired of scrolling and seeing her tail feather in my feed. Nothing wrong. Like, it's the same with Cardi. Same with I mean, I'm just too old to see that. I don't care for that. I don't care if you're a petite model. I don't care if you're Nicki Minaj. I don't want to see your half nakedness on my feed. So, but I think she craves a lot of attention, and then when she gets this attention, she whines. So that's just, we'll ask the question. But yeah, Kimberland, what do you think about this? Or do we want to just go to the question?
The question I wonder is she minding her business or doing too much? Like, I feel like Lizzo is minding her business. Like, I just feel like this is who she is. I saw the video as well, and I definitely, again, being a plus size woman, people treat you differently when you are heavier. And I feel like the vitriol that comes at her is only because she is plus size. Because had that been Cardi or Meg Thee Stallion or Tiana Taylor or somebody else who showed up to a game with their behind out or their tail feather, as you called it, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal because they're pleasing on the eyes. So I feel like she really gets all of this stuff um, because she is plus size, you know. Um, so
So what
I
about like, okay, are these attention seekers? Has Kelly Price ever been? Aretha Franklin, Missy Elliott? What's the actress from that show? She's a singer, beautiful singer.
Amber Riley.
Yes, her. I love her. Gabourey Sidibe. Gabourey
Mm-hmm.
Sidibe is very confident and very, she's
Mm-hmm.
not loud, but she's very in your face. Is she very, I just love her confidence. Like she permeates just love and confidence, but she gets a lot of slack too.
So
Because
then you made me think of another question then. So is there a line between confidence and attention seeking behavior? Because I feel like Lizzo is confident as well.
yeah, I do because Lizzo claims to not care, and she claims to be positive and love herself, and she's out there, but as soon as people start striking her down and talking about her, you do care. You're on Instagram crying about it. You do care. I think for Lizzo it's just attention seeking. I don't think it's confidence. I don't. For her, I don't. It's just very much attention seeking to me. But then she doesn't like the vitriol and the backlash that she's getting when she's getting the negative attention, unfortunately. But you have to have a thicker skin, Lizzo. You
Yeah,
do.
I don't know. I feel like kind of to Jennifer's point there, they don't want to see plus size women shine.
Mhm.
I feel like it is so intense when it comes to her. And look, Bear, I was just about to say this. Beyonce behind be out all the time. We
Mhm.
had ran across pictures of Beyonce and her bootyless chaps the other, day with Ivy Park, and it was totally fine. um Erica brings up Chloe Bailey.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and
attention seeking. Go
I
ahead.
really I don't feel like it's attention seeking. And the other thing that you mentioned, so I also don't feel like just because somebody exhibits a particular behavior that they stop being a person. Like, they're still a person, they still have feelings. So, and Lizzo
Yeah.
has this brand. Like, I feel like her whole persona, who she is as a performer, is centered on her body, her twerking, her flute
Mhm.
skills, right? So then, of
Mhm.
course, that's who she's going to show up as, right? So I don't know. It's for me, and maybe because it's very personal for me, and I've had people say things to me that are just absolutely ridiculous, like, oh, you'll be real cute if you lose weight. Excuse me, is your eyeballs must be broke because I'm cute, you cute, okay? Um, but that type of thing, or when someone loses weight, now all of a sudden people are congratulating them because they lost weight. Like, that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, and let me tell you something, Lizzo in way better shape than me, okay? Because anytime sis could sit up there and twerk and play the flute and drop it like a side girl, them knees in good condition, child. So, like, I'm just saying. So I don't know. It's a lot, like, to this. And I stands for Lizzo. I do.
Okay. There's someone else I was going to mention, but I forgot. But mm, okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like when I say I don't know, when I'm like trying to think and I just don't literally have thought, because I'm vacillating between agreeing with you, but I am also like, I just don't like. That's why I stopped following you on Instagram, Lizzo. Sorry.
Yeah, I
And Cardi. I don't
understand.
follow Cardi. I don't want to see.
Girl, I be lightweight. Listen, I be crushing on the booties, honey, because I be like, wow. Look,
I
especially
can't.
Chloe. I love Chloe Bailey. Like, sis,
Mm,
her body is banging. Okay, I be out here like,
trying too
girl, I
hard.
wish.
Trying too
So,
hard, Chloe. Okay. So now this is the fun part, y'all. Help me. Help. $100. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna bet because if one of y'all really know, then I'll be like, oh, I got to pay it out. All right. This whole Hood Olympics milk crate challenge. When you first started seeing it, Kimberland, on the internets, y'all, when you first started seeing it, what were your thoughts? Like, my first thing was I saw Snoop when he said,
where all these milk crates coming from? Yeah. Like, that's the real question. Like, where the milk crates coming from? Okay, where did the people get them? Now, I used to be a manager at a drugstore, and they like actually deliver milk in milk crates, but that's the only place that I've ever seen this many milk crates. Like, people out here risking their life for milk crates.
For the internet. I can't wrap my head around it. Who comes up with this? I think TikTok I read TikTok just recently blocked all milk challenges on the platform because it's becoming a dangerous thing.
Yeah. But honey, them memes was rolling in. So y'all know how I feel about Spirit Airlines, okay? I had to think. I was like, milk crates of Spirit? I might have to risk it and hit up these milk crates. Because let me tell you something. I told her listen, I will mop the ocean before I fly Spirit again. This one was so crazy. Like, sis, shout out, you won the money, but in heels though, bruh, you trying to die.
Yeah.
Like, you trying to die for real.
Yeah. I mean, she was cute doing it, but why was you in a hat and heels and then workout attire? That was doing too much. I don't know.
The fact that she got heels on is...
And workout attire. That was intentional. You don't wear heels and workout.
Yeah, she wanted to do it with heels. Like that, like I can't. Sis. Then you had homeboy who decided that he was gonna roll a little something while he's these people out here risking it all in the middle of a pandemic. When the doggone hospitals is already full, about killing themselves on some dang blasted milk crates. I can't. Okay. No. It's a no. Okay. So hopefully y'all not out here trying to be a part of the Hood Olympics.
No, our ladies, our community is smarter and savvier than that.
I pray. Because listen, the insurance ain't really kicking it like it's supposed to. Okay. So just saying.
All right. So Allure Magazine announced. So this is our Beautiful Brown Spotlight, a segment where we like to highlight beautiful brown women doing amazing things in the industry, or just amazing things, period. So Jessica Cruel, I don't know if it's Cruel or Cruel. She is the new editor-in-chief of Beauty at Allure Magazine. She has been at the magazine since 2019, and most recently in the role of content director. She worked under Michelle Lee, who announced in June that she was leaving for Netflix, and Cruel will officially take her position on September 8th. So congratulations, Jessica Cruel, editor-in-chief of Allure Beauty Magazine. Yeah.
Come on here, Allure Magazine, girl, sis, girl. She better get it in. That's what's up.
Black women
are just for her. Always awesome. So we definitely know we had quite a few first timers who were hanging out with us. So we definitely want to be intentional in making sure that you all know how to stay connected with us and that you're back every time we have an episode of Conversations. Yes. So definitely want you all to make sure that you go over to our Facebook page, Beautiful Brown Girls, and join our Facebook group, Beautifully Shaded, as well as follow us on Instagram at Beautifully Shaded and on Twitter at Beautiful Brown You. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, making sure that you connect to us in our members network. Again, this is our VIP space, free from the algorithms, free from all the things trying to hold the brown girl down. This is our place to really be our beautiful brown selves. So absolutely want to make sure that people are able to get connected and take advantage of all this brown girl goodness that's happening over in our members network and all of our spaces. Sab, tell the people how they can find you, ma'am.
You ladies can find me on sabjackson.com. podcast Bet on a Black Woman. New episode out
Monday.
Yes, I'm still vacillating between whether or not I want it to be every other week or every week, but we'll right now every other week. So new episode out now. So please listen. You can go to sabjackson.com, go scroll to the bottom of the page, see the podcast stuff there. But yeah, also please, if you want, connect with me on LinkedIn. I would love to just have that professional relationship with you in that space as well. What about you, Kimberland? Where can people find you?
So you all can find me at Kimberland Jackson on Facebook, at Kimberland J on Instagram. Also, I have a podcast, The Whole Child. So thewholechild.tv is where you can find that. And then I mentioned before, my new brand, Mind My Black Ass Business, is out. I said at the top of the show, this is the last time I'm be coming you all from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So I will now be moving to a new location, and I'm going to be talking about it on my space. So definitely want you all to get connected, get some merch, look at all of the things, and come hang out with your girl. Okay. So we will be back with our next episode in 2 weeks. Every other Monday, we are here for Brown Versations. So shout out to all of you all that were joining us for the first time. Remember that the conversation does not stop here. It continues in our members network. So again, thank you, Karen. Again, make sure you go to members.beautifulbrowngirls.com so that you're able to get connected to us and remain connected to us in all the ways that matter. So
is it Labor Day weekend that's coming up? Memorial Day?
Yes, you're right. It is. Be safe, wear your mask. Okay. So yes, and again, definitely praying for our folks in Louisiana. So continue to send all the loving vibes and all of the things. We appreciate it. So we'll see y'all back in 2 weeks. Love you all so much. Smooches and all the things. Bye, y'all.
Bye.